Warren Fiscal Court, Friday, May 7th, 2021. It's now called to order, and I'd like to welcome everyone. I know y'all are happy to be back in person, but I also want to particularly welcome Esquire Ron Cummings, who is going to offer a prayer and lead us in the pledge immediately following.
Thank you, Judge. Bow with me, please. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, we thank you for the day, Lord. We just thank you for all your good gifts of life. Beautiful day in Kentucky, Lord. May we take this time that we have here together. May you grant us wisdom to help all citizens of Warren County, Lord. Those who need it and those who don't need it, Lord. May we always be cognizant that all the good gifts of life come from you. And Lord, may we never forget that you sent your son Jesus to die for us. Lord, as we take this time, bless it. Give us the guidance and wisdom you want us to do that make lives better for citizens of Warren County. Lord, we give you all thanks and glory. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Please stand. Face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All righty. Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Here.
Esquire Payne.
Here.
Esquire Young.
Here.
Esquire Cummings.
Here.
Esquire McWhorter.
Here.
Esquire Lawrence.
Here.
Okay. We need to approve the minutes of the fiscal court meeting of April 26, 2021, and the transcript of the proposed use of county road aid and LGEA funds.
Motion.
We have a motion
Second.
by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Young. Discussion or questions? Okay.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire
I think they're
McWhorter.
waiting for us.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's 38.
Okay. Okay. We need to approve the work schedule for the Warren County Road Department.
So moved.
Motion by Squire Payne, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions?
Just thank Josh for the detailed report he's come up with. It's love it. It's nice.
Software is great.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and next we need to approve personnel changes in Warren County.
So moved.
So move McWhorter.
Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Payne. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Item number 7 is to approve Resolution 2109, a resolution of the County of Warren, Kentucky, authorizing and approving a mortgage in the connection with the issuance of taxable industrial revenue bonds for Shop HQ project in the principal amount not to exceed $33 million. Motion by Squire Gorman.
Second.
Second by Squire Lawrence. If there are any questions, Mr. Johnson and Ms. Rosansky is on here.
Judge, good morning. Thank you for putting me at the top of this agenda. I appreciate that very much. You could tell I was in a rush. I didn't have enough time to fully write out an entire title for you, so I apologize for that, Judge. I'll make my next one twice as long.
Yeah, no.
No, Shop HQ is doing a refinancing, and they've requested that the county issue what we call a fee mortgage on their property, which we technically own under the statute, and we are leasing to them. Again, two things I want to emphasize. Number one, as set forth in Section 4 of the resolution, the county does not have an obligation or responsibility. And earlier this morning, I sent to to the clerk a draft of what the mortgage will look like, and it had language in there that is similar to this, that the county has no obligation or liability, and certainly you and the magistrate can rely upon my representation and opinion that the county would have no liability.
All right. Okay, any questions from anyone? All right, thank you for being with us, Mr. Johnson.
Again, thank you, Judge, for putting me up front. I appreciate it.
Esquire
go.
Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much. If there are no objections, I'd like to move item number 37 to the top, or to this spot in the agenda. This is as a courtesy to someone who really needs to go on about their business as well at Pinnacle. This is to approve the Insurance Committee recommendation to go with Pinnacle Financial Partners for the Warren County's Flex Spending Program that includes HSA, HRA, and FSA programs for those employees who waive health care insurance, and the county will continue to contribute the $350 for each of those employees. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? All right, there being none, please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now we'll go back to our regular order. Unless do you want to go ahead and do the item number 38 while we're here? Okay, item number 38 is to approve the Insurance Committee's recommendation to go with Anthem as the county's health insurance carrier. The county continued to contribute $500 a month toward the premium and offer a $100 a month incentive for wellness for those employees who participate in and reach the required points.
So moved.
Motion by Squire Young, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? There being none, please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, item number 8 is to approve Resolution 2108, consenting to Intermodal Transportation Authority's conveyance of Lot 2 of Section 4 and 5 of the Kentucky Trimodal Transpark subdivision and partial cancellation of second supplemental contract lease option related to said property.
So move, McWhorter.
Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, item number 9 is to approve second and final reading of ordinance 2122, creating and approving interlocal cooperation agreement with automatic aid for the active shooter hostile event responses with the City of Bowling Green Fire Department.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Young. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Item number 9 is to approve, Item number 10 is to approve second and final reading of ordinance 2123 establishing Montrose Drive, McCoy Place Drive, and Buchanan Street located in the McCoy Place subdivision phase as county roads and authorizing maintenance thereon and setting speed limits thereon. Motion by Squire Payne, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Item number 11 is to approve second and final reading of ordinance 2124 establishing Hopkins Street, Yorktown Lane, Saddlebred Lane, and Warrior Lane located in Blevins Farm subdivision as county roads and authorizing maintenance thereon and setting speed limits thereon.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 12 is to approve second and final reading of ordinance 2125, rezoning property located at 4503 Dyford Road from agriculture to residential estate containing approximately 8.0532 acres and presently owned by Kendra Jones and Doug McElroy.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Cummings,
Second.
second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 13 is to approve second and final reading of ordinance 2126, rezoning property located at 0 Elrod Road from agriculture to single-family residential containing approximately 13.0156 acres, presently owned by Jim Crockett Fish and GBTP Developers LLC as the applicants.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Payne. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Item number 14 is to approve determination in the amount of $33,249.80 from Kenny Machinery for 2 mud buggies for the Warren County Parks Department, and this is through KPC pricing.
So moved.
Motion by Squire Young, second by Squire Gorman. I know everyone here understands this, Chris, but would you mind sharing with the public what a mud buggy is?
Yes, sir. What the mud buggies are is we use these for our mulching details that we have throughout the park system. For example, this past several weeks, 2 weeks ago, we put out about 200 cubic yards of mulch at several county playgrounds. We do this throughout the year to ensure that the playgrounds are safe. These mud buggies actually have 7 cubic yard hoppers. And so in the past, we've used wheelbarrows. We actually had 4 of these buggies to help us with this project, and we do this throughout the year. What usually took us 2 to 3 days, we completed within 4 hours, and we completed an entire regional park, putting basically 2 semi-trucks worth of mulch down with the crew. So it saves a lot of time. It makes us a lot more efficient. We can also use it for ball field maintenance in regards to moving field soil around, also field conditioner, different products that we use on our ball fields because of use throughout the year. So this is gonna make our jobs a little bit easier, a lot more efficient, and we're gonna be able to haul a lot more than a cubic yard at a time in a wheelbarrow.
All righty. Any questions, discussion? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 15 is to approve the determination in the amount of $5,883 to Bluegrass Commercial Door for replacement doors at White Park. 2 quotes were received, and this is the lowest and best quote.
So moved.
Motion by Squire Young, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 16 is to approve the determination in the amount of $55,755.39 to Consolidated Paper Group for the tennis multipurpose facility janitorial supply bulk purchase at KPC pricing contract.
So move, McWhorter.
Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 17 is to approve emergency determination in the amount of $1,596.86 or 6 cents to Pie Barker Fire and Safety for respirator fittings. The respirators are a safety item for when they're spreading fine granule application on the ball fields.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence,
Second.
second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Approve determination in the amount of $6,494 to Beacon Athletics for portable pitching mounds. 3 quotes were obtained, and this was the lowest and best quote.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Payne. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 19 is to approve determination in the amount of $12,500 to Brent Huntsman Painting for painting the entire complex area at White Park. There were 3 quotes received, and this was the lowest and best quote.
So moved.
Motion
So
by
moved.
Squire Young, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 20 is to approve the third quarter financial report for the Hadley Volunteer Fire Department.
So moved.
Motion by Squire Young,
Second.
second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 21 is to approve the determination in the amount of $15,610 to Conrad Floors for the sealing of gym floors at White, Buchanan, Moore, and Old Alvaton gyms. This is through the KPC contract pricing.
So move, McWhorter.
Motion by Squire McWhorter,
Second.
second by Squire Gorman. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 21, item number 22, approve first reading of ordinance 2127, authorizing a lighting agreement between the Warren Rural Electric Cooperative Corporation and Hardcastle Farms Phase 2.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 23, make part of the record the Kentucky Department of Corrections inspection reports for the main jail and the restricted custody center that was completed on April 15th, 2021. There's a correction action plan attached for the main jail inspections to address overcrowding and the temporary suspension of programs due to COVID-19. There are only 2 areas of noncompliance. Inspection of the restricted custody center showed no area of noncompliance.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Gorman, to make part of the record. While I'm on this item, we'll go ahead and call the roll.
Okay. Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
While I'm on this item, I just wanted to make sure that everyone recognizes that this is National Correctional Officer Appreciation Week, and the National Correction Officers, you can fully understand why there is a week to recognize them, because it's amazing what they do at the Warren County Jail, which is almost like a small prison. It's a big facility. I know that Jailer Harmon puts a great deal of passion into operating it right, and all of his officers there at the correction facility doing an amazing job. The deputy jailers have to contend with a great many challenges, and we certainly want to recognize them as the vital role that they play in our society and in our county. It's something that I think everyone on the fiscal court understands, but perhaps we need to make a trip down there a little more often as a group, just so that we can get a full appreciation for what all they do.
Y'all take
Anyway.
y'all can take pictures when you go. I'll just look at pictures.
He's worried about him keeping them, so
Yes,
that's what
right.
he's worried
Yeah,
about.
no,
I don't like it.
Jailer Harmon said he would not keep you there this time.
Well,
But
I'd like
anyway.
to add to what you said, Judge. I think Stephen Harmon has done, and his staff has done an exceptional job, especially through the difficult times of COVID, and he should be commended for the efforts and work that he's done and continues to do. So I, for one, am very thankful for the job that he does and his staff.
We're all thankful for the job that the Jailer Harmon does, and all of his deputies. And we certainly want to recognize this National Correctional Officer Appreciation Week and let them know that we fully appreciate what all they do. Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you, Judge. I'm glad you mentioned the staff. Even though we're about 18 deputies short, the work they've done through not only COVID, but preparing for these inspections, being that they've not been in for an actual inspection since before COVID. Being overcrowded, we're accustomed to having that as a non-compliance on the inspection. But also every facility across the state that canceled programs during their outbreak of COVID, technically that's a violation, and so that also made the inspection. But those were the 2 areas of non-compliance, and so I'm extremely proud of the staff, and we've had several things this week and recently to show them the appreciation they deserve for the work that we do, and I'm real proud of all of the staff and just wanted to make sure that the court knew that we appreciate the support as well.
Thank you very much, Jailer Harmon. Okay, the next item on the agenda, item number 24. We need to approve the determination in the amount of $2,060 to Dive Rescue International for 4 Stearns, looks like I-810 rescue dry suits for the Warren County Technical Rescue Team. There are 3 vendors solicited for this, and this is the best quote, 80% paid by Kentucky Search and Rescue Grant. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Payne. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Item number 25 is to approve determination in the amount of $2,062 to Warren Rural Electric Cooperative Corporation for commercial power contract. The wattage will be changed to 375 kilowatts. Motion by Squire Gorman,
Second, McWhorter.
second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 26 is to approve determination in the amount of $2,200 to Miracle Recreation KPC pricing for 4 new basketball goals at the new Cumberland Trace Elementary School. And this includes installation. Let me make sure you understand. We're installing these in the new Cumberland Trace School, but this is because of the recreation programming that we utilize these gyms for. So there's 4 our programs.
So
Okay.
moved.
Motion by Squire Young, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 27 is to approve the property liability and workers' comp insurance with CAECO. Property and liability premium is $429,706, and workers' comp premium is $625,751. This is a 4% increase, and the county will receive a dividend of $23,045 from the workers' comp program.
Hey, Judge.
Motion by Squire McWhorter.
Yeah, there's actually a change. The
Oh,
workers-
okay, excuse me. Come right ahead.
The workers' comp premium is actually $196,045. That $625,751 is the total between the two. So the work comp plus the property and liability is $625,751, but the actual work comp premium is $196,045, which is a 4% increase. $196,045
Okay.
is the work comp premium.
He just saved
that's
us
our premium.
$430,000 right there. Bam.
Small difference.
Boy, it's good, ain't it?
Thanks, Brad.
All right. Everyone clearly understands that. Okay. Motion by Squire Gorman, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Item number 28 is to approve emergency determination in the amount of $2,472.75 to Bob Barker Company for 75 new mattresses for the Warren County Regional Jail.
So moved, McWhorter.
Motion by Squire Gorman, second by Squire McWhorter. Feels a little funny buying it from Bob Barker,
I
doesn't it?
know.
At $33 a mattress, the price was right.
I know, right?
I don't want to sleep on it.
All right. We have a motion and a second.
We
Do we
do.
have any further discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 29 is to approve the amendment to the contract with XBS Copier Solutions for mainstreaming the budgetary component to give real-time budget accuracy and forecasting. This will enable the increased ability to make real-time decisions with precise information in purchasing, provide visibility and accountability for the Parks Department.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 30 is just to make part of the record the certificate of liability insurance for Canteen Holdings, Inc. If there are no objections, that's hereby ordered to be entered into the record. Item number 31, approve the amendment with Lawn Doctor for the fertilization and seeding contract agreement. Seed and fertilize the Beach Bend Road expansion area where the tree project was implemented, and power seed in the fall, $2,700, and fertilize $336.
So moved, McWhorter.
Motion by Squire McWhorter,
Second.
second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 32 is to approve the amendment to the mowing contract agreement with ProLawn and Landscape for the additional projects being added to the Parks Department, Natcher Elementary, Irish Garden, and Browning Ball Field.
So moved.
Motion by Squire Young,
Second.
second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? All right. Item number 33. Oh,
you vote?
no, let's go
Esquire
ahead.
Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 33 is to approve determination of the amount of $28,255 to Reynolds Sealing and Striping for sealing and striping of 9 parking lots. This is a KPC contract number 101-00701. 5 of the 9, 23,000, are at the Justice Center and are requesting the reimbursement for those 5 from AOC. Motion by Squire Gorman.
Second.
Second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Item number 34 has been requested to be continued until the next meeting, so we're going to remove this unless there are any objections to this. Okay. Item number 35 is to approve the Warren County Regional Jails firearm policy that covers training and agency-issued firearms.
So moved.
Motion by Squire Young, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 36 is to approve the determination in the amount of $13,057.27 to Boyd Company Caterpillar, and it requires the repairs the Cat 420 backhoe for the Warren County Road Department. This is a single source provider. Motion by Squire Gorman. Second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 39 is to approve the court facilities local government reimbursement form for the Warren County Justice Center from July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2022.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Cummings,
Second, McWhorter.
second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Item number 40 is to pay the bills. Will the treasurer please present the claims to the court?
General Fund, $847,480. Road Fund, $69,890. Jail Fund, $273,977. And Stormwater Fund, $20,405. Be happy to answer any questions.
Make a motion, we pay the claims as submitted.
Motion by Squire Young, pays claims as submitted. Second by Squire
Second.
Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Sheriff Hightower, you have anything you'd like to share? Sheriff Hightower not with us today? Okay. County Clerk, Ms. Yates, Lynette Yates? She's not on here, okay. Jailer Harmon is definitely here, I see him. You have anything else to share, Stephen?
Just a quick thing, Judge. We've been working with the judges and also Justice Minton regarding inmates going back over to the Justice Center for court. After about 14 months, being extremely short-staffed, we were able to get that approved. And so starting next week, we'll be taking inmates over, obviously social distanced as much as possible and wearing face masks still, over into the sheriff's court security officer's custody for court, which will help alleviate some of our staffing issues that we're experiencing now. And so appreciate all the work on Lieutenant Hyde's part that works for Sheriff Hightower. We've been working together well to come up with a plan that will work for the courts and also on our side, getting that as smooth as we can. So looking forward to, since pre-COVID, sending some inmates back over to holding cells and actually into the courtroom in a safe manner. So we're looking forward to that. Just want to make the court aware of that.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mr. Comer?
Hey, Judge, I just wanted to share with the court, on here with us today is Jade Grable, and Jade is, she's kind of a master of all trades, but she has created a new program, a WCPRD passport program, which is real similar to what the National Park Service has done throughout the country. But if it's okay, Judge, just for a couple minutes here, I'd like for Jade to explain the program. I think it's something that's going to be a lot of fun for families and kids this summer and throughout the fall. And Jade, if you wouldn't mind sharing just briefly here the program that's been created.
Great. Jade?
Yes, so here's a brief what it looks like. So it features 9 of our biggest parks in the area, and the goal of this is just to promote citizens and patrons of Warren County and even visitors from outside of the county to learn more about what our parks have to offer, whether it be league play or whether it be, the lakes and fishing, stuff like that, just things to really promote everything that our county has to offer in parks and recreation. And so there will be four facilities that will be stamping them, and this is kind of what each page looks like. And we made a WCPRD passport stamp, so we will stamp it once people bring these passports to those four locations. And those four locations are the admin office at Basil Griffin Park, Ephraim White Gym, Buchanan Gym, as well as Fillmore Gym. And so after you complete it, the patron, citizen, whoever would fill out this very last page, and they would turn it in to one of those four locations, and they'd be put in a drawing for 6 months free shelter rentals, 6 months free ball field rentals, or 6 months free court rentals.
Wow.
So this is just trying to promote, everybody to get out and understand what we have to offer as Parks and Recreation.
And has that program, has it begun?
We're hoping to get off the ground next week or the week after. We're meeting with Lindsay from Crowd South on Friday, and I have a meeting with the Miss. But I have a meeting. Yes, I lost my track. But yes, we have a meeting with them next week.
Okay. Well, great. I look forward to seeing how that works out. It sounds like you can't do anything but be positive for the community. Good job. That's pretty cool.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else, Chris?
No, sir. We've got a busy weekend this weekend. We've got several tournaments going on tonight, tomorrow. We're staying really booked up. We've got basketball, volleyball, baseball, and softball tournaments scheduled all the way through the summer. We're kind of back up to our pre-COVID 2019 kind of volume. So the volume actually has increased within the last 6 months. And so we're excited about 2021 and 2022, and things are moving really well at the park. So
Great.
Appreciate the court support, and thanks, Judge.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Moore,
Thanks, Judge.
you've had a busy week.
It's been a busy couple weeks. Want to be clear, first off, that the thanks to the detailed road reports is not me. That's definitely Nikki. But I wanted you all to pay attention to those. We've changed our formatting. We went to electronic work orders. And so what you're seeing is a summary of the work that's been done and the requests for service that have come in between the court meetings. So we're trying to give you a little more information as far as what comes in, what exactly it is, and how long it took to get complete. There's some cost number associated with those as based on the labor cost. We have not built a very robust database on our material and equipment costs, but we're working on that. So you'll start to be able to look at these reports and see kind of what the overall expenditure it takes to serve on these small work orders as they come in. Also, you'll see the massive amount of signage requests that we get. It's kind of opened my eyes to just the number of signs we have. I mean, it's a full-time position for one individual. Also, wanted to point out, I texted actually most of the magistrates, I think all the magistrates this morning, with kind of a summary sheet of kind of some of the incidents we've had due to the storms this week. We've been fortunate for most years that we don't have any catastrophic failures in our road network. But this week we were not so lucky. So we've got a few roads that are closed and will be closed for a little longer while we work out how to procure materials such as pipe. As most of you all know, every construction related material has a lengthy lead time. We're trying to find solutions that are long-term and not just Band-Aids. So we're hoping to make these areas that flood and we've had these failures. We want to be sure that doesn't happen again for 20 years. So We're working diligently on that, but I'll be coming back to you soon about needing some assistance in, how we take care of those quickly, maybe on an emergency basis, because we need to get these roads open to the public as fast as we can. Definitely need to thank our road department staff. I know Stephen mentioned, he's down 16, 18 folks. We're down 4 or 5, which doesn't sound much, but that's about 25% of our road staff. So all of our guys that are currently working are putting in long days, hard days, doing the best they can to keep up with all the requests that we have. We're actively looking for new employees. It's unfortunate that our applicant pool is not as large as we would like it to be. And just want to also thank quickly, this happens all the time and you hear it from me a lot. The last few weeks there's been projects that are kind of outside just the scope of Public Works. Great partnership and cooperation with Chris and park staff and Ronnie and his guys. I mean, it just goes to say that we are always trying to work together to be as efficient as we can be. We got great partners here, and I know all of the magistrates yourself should be proud of that. So that's all I got today. If y'all got questions, just let me know.
All right, well, we of course have a lot of roads closed, and I know that Esquire McWhorter has contacted me, wants to try to get it, one of them in particular, that done as quickly as possible because it's totally broken in half, and we'll probably handle that unless you all have any objections. I'll probably handle that administratively as an emergency, as we may on a couple of these others, depending on the severity of them, because I'd like to get them fixed between now and the next meeting. However, that being said, there's a strong likelihood that we can't get them fixed between now and the next meeting, simply because we can't get the materials or the labor. I think that the paving companies are as busy as they've ever been, and so we may not be able to get it done as quickly as the public would like, but we're certainly going to make every effort to do so.
Do you need a motion for us to approve that?
To approve us taking action in an emergency?
Yes.
Well, it wouldn't hurt if you want to make a motion to allow us to allow
Yes.
the county judge and the road department and Public Works to move forward as expeditiously as we can, and utilize emergency actions if possible.
Yes, I'll make that motion.
All right, thank you. Second by Squire Young, motion by Squire McWhorter. And obviously, if you all have any others pop up that we need to know about, let us know. We're up to about 800 miles of county roads now, so I'm not sure we've driven every single mile of every road, but we've responded to every call that we've gotten, and we've driven many of them. But if there are no other questions or discussion, please call the
Judge?
roll. Yes, hold it.
Just to add on that real quick.
Yes.
It's so I can to explain to Rex, we're reaching out to some of our private contractors to see how soon we can get there. I'm actually going to send a couple of them the locations. May try to meet with them and give them some photos to see how soon they could get there. I mean, honestly, they're offering to put us to the top of the list just because they like to work for us. They know they want to serve this community. We're just fighting supply and demand right now. But also, just to let everybody know, if you all get any more, hear of any more failures, let us know. I expect as things dry up that we will see some more. Typically, as that water table goes down, it takes a few things with it. So I would expect to see a few more projects added to the list in the next few weeks. But again, we're on it 24 hours right now trying to get this done. So, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Judge. Appreciate all you do, man.
Thanks.
Thank you. Do we have any other comments or questions? Just call the roll.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Mr. Pearson, also been really busy.
Thank you, Judge. I just want to add on to Josh's comment. I think we have one of the most unique situations of department heads that work together in Kentucky. Josh and Craig Hunt helped me with an issue that we had this week. Chris and I are on a constant basis about the weather. Stephen, everybody, we communicate really well. We talk, we share ideas and help each other out. And I'm just proud to be a part of the team. And I want to thank everybody that's part of that team to make it work.
Well, you're an important part of the team, and so many of the department heads, to most of them, you're the go-to guy whenever there's a question about how we handle something. So we appreciate you and all the people in your office and what the great work that you do and the commitment you have to the community. Always looking out for us and watching my back.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, Ron. Mr. Loving here? Okay. PVA, Susan Oliver Lewis, how are you? I saw you on here a minute ago.
Hey, we're doing good, just busy. It's a open inspection period, so answering a lot of calls, talking to a lot of people, but it's been good.
Good, good. Let us know if there's anything you need.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Mr. Appling? Okay. Mr. Peterson, I see you on here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Judge. Just looking forward to getting back to whatever this new normal is going to be as restrictions are eased. With that, we plan on moving most of our board meetings, our public hearings back to in-person starting in June and certainly by July. So looking forward to doing that and getting back to a new normal. So hopefully we'll not have to be special call meetings anymore, but normal meetings. So just want to let everybody know that.
All right. Thank you so much, Ben. I know you are. I know this is looks like it's going to be a record year, so.
Yes, it's very, very busy. And just echo the love spread here today. Everybody working together, it really makes a huge difference in the community, and it's felt by all departments, whether direct or indirect employees. So just wanted to let everybody know that as well.
Thanks, Ben. Mr. Markram?
Good morning, Court. I know it's odd for me to be here, but update on the jail roof. They got the parts in to start, but the part of the jail has got back ordered. So, Jailer, I see you on the screen here. They're probably going to be at least 2 more weeks before we get the part in to probably start that project on the roof at or the Class D facility. Thank you for the approval of parking lot ceiling striping. That'll start mid-June, and then we'll kind of go from there. So we're going to realign some of the parking piers that Brenda didn't deal with every day, being in the wrong spot, and then try to get restriped accordingly and then get done with that. So just want to bring you up to date with where we work. Thank you very much for what you do, especially you, Jailer. Thank you.
All right. Squire Gorman.
Yes, Judge. I do want to echo what everyone said about Josh and our department heads, but especially the road department. What a crazy week we've had with the rain and those issues that go on. So just want to make sure everyone understands too. They have a full-time job before rain even starts, and so then trying to add that to it. I'm praying that Master McWhorter is coming home some other way other than Ponsville Road, but when he gets back to town, and I hope he's safe coming back. But appreciate Josh and all their hard work there. Also want to thank the department heads and the people on the insurance committee. They had a lot of meetings to decide that for the health insurance and the wellness plan and the FSA plan for all the county employees. So I think they did a great job on that. And then finally, one of my favorite constituents, want to wish my son Joey Gorman a happy birthday tomorrow.
All right.
So it'll be a big birthday, so thanks, Judge.
All right, Squire Payne.
Judge, I just like to say that me and my wife celebrated our 49th wedding anniversary yesterday.
Wow. That's great. Happy anniversary.
Thank
I can't believe she stayed with you this long. Well, you can't believe it either.
I can't even.
You're a lucky man. All right, Squire Young.
Thank you, Judge. A couple of things just to add on what Doug said about Josh and the road department. It's been a crazy, probably 3 or 4 weeks. These heavy rains have really put the road department, put them on the spot, and they have come through with flying colors. I want to thank all those guys, Josh and Billy Joe have really stepped up. I've gotten more phone calls in the last 3 weeks, and a rain event like we've had is worse than a big snow for us as far as causing problems and things unusual, and it has been unusual. But thank these guys so much. Another thing, we've talked about all the department heads, and I don't know what makes me want to say this. We have a great crew, but something that we don't hear or realize is the guy that put this together is you. And I want to thank you for the people that we have. It means a lot to all the county. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Squire Young. Squire Cummings.
Thank you, Judge. I have a couple things. So obviously echoing what's been said about the road department and Josh and all them, they've been put under so much pressure and they've responded like we expect them to, truly professional. I did want to take a second to say that probably starting next year, Sharon Payne will be canonized as a saint to be married after 50 years. She finally gets canonized to be potentially a saint in the Catholic Church because she's been married to Tony that long. So just let you know that's coming. A year from now, we'll hopefully celebrate that. I do want to talk about Soapbox Derby is here. We'll start impounding cars tomorrow, and race will be next week. I want to personally invite you, magistrates, anybody who wants to. Next Wednesday, we're having our annual luncheon out at Fillmore Park, 11:30. Immediately afterwards, we'll be doing ribbon cutting. We can show off our new facilities that we have there that have been just game-changing with the way this race is run. And then for those who've never been down the hill in a soapbox car, here's your opportunity. I'm going to personally invite you to come down. Amy, I don't think you've ever been down, but I think you should come down, and we're going to put you down the hill one time. That way, when we yell at these little 8, 9, 10-year-old kids about running a straight line, you can see how difficult it may be if you do it yourself. So that's next Wednesday, and I hope people come out and Judge, you all come and do that ribbon cutting, and then oil can race immediately afterwards. Hopefully get Mr. Murphy out there, and he'll continue his streak of winning ways, beating Mr. Wilson, who's retired now, but that's going to be sad not to see Rick out there. But anyways, and then obviously the race itself is next Saturday. A week from tomorrow is when the race is, and it's going to be a big time. And finally, I get to announce publicly for the first time that my daughter Erica and her husband Jamie are expecting now their 4th child.
Wow.
Came out and announced, so I'll be a grandfather times 6 now in December. And so really excited about that opportunity and as that comes together, and nothing better than having grandchildren. Nothing better.
Amen.
I agree.
Thank you.
Thank you. Squire McWhorter.
Yes, sir. Thank you to Josh. I know I've sent him 3 texts this morning regarding things needed to be done in my district, and kept him busy, and I appreciate his responses and the road department's hard work. And I'm sorry to those Ponsville Road folks that are having to detour, and just want them to know that we are on top of this and want to get this fixed as soon as possible. So please be patient, and thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Rex. We appreciate you. Squire Lawrence.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate you finally getting around too.
You were last on the roll call today.
I just want to say thanks to all the department heads. We got a great team. I mean, to be honest with you, I feel very comfortable calling any single person on this court or any of the department heads. If there's ever a question, a problem, a suggestion, an idea, I feel really, really secure doing that, and I feel good about our team and what we got going on here. I just want to say that I just want to keep up the good work, keep striving forward. You know, the county's doing great. It's never done better. It's going to keep doing better than it is right now.
Thank you. Thank you. I agree. Oh, and I need to speak with you just for a second after the meeting, just in regard to some potential for something that in your district I know you have a big interest in. Ms. Milliken.
Thank you, Judge. I certainly echo the comments about the road department, emergency management, and public works. But I also want to take this opportunity to thank Jailer Harmon, because I really appreciate what he's done through COVID. All of his employees have rallied together to keep all of the inmates safe, which is their job, and also to keep all of us safe at the Justice Center. So I really appreciate that. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank him, and I hope he passes that along to all of his employees, because they're certainly underpaid and underappreciated, but I want them to know that I appreciate them very much, and all of my staff and all of this court appreciates them as well. I also want to take this opportunity to send my deepest condolences to Debbie Goins. Dale passed away, and he was a true public servant. Worked at Bowling Green Police Department until retirement, and then was a bailiff for many, many years. He's one of my favorite people, always had a smile on his face and always had a joke to tell, so he will deeply be missed, and my condolences to his family.
He really was quite a guy. He and his twin brother Gail both.
If you weren't looking at them, if you heard,
Yeah.
their voices were just
you can tell their voices, yeah. And they used to look a lot more alike.
Yes, I agree.
But they're identical twins, and two of my oldest friends. I really hate this for Dale. One thing Tony probably would tell you is that Dale Goins was the first guy to break my jaw as a young man. So
The first.
As in all
There's some distinction there, don't you think?
Well, I think so, yeah.
Everybody always said, he was a Vietnam veteran.
He is a Vietnam veteran.
All of the police officers used to tell me if they ever got in a scuffle, they were sure thrilled to know that Dale was coming in to help them. So he was a tough guy and just a great guy, and he'll be missed.
Mr. Burrell?
Thank you, Judge.
Judge Smith?
Just wanted to wish Tony a happy anniversary. Thank you, Judge.
Happy anniversary, Tony. Ms. Hale?
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Today is the 7th. Before we meet the next time on the 14th, excuse me.
21st.
Before we meet next time on the 21st, on the 14th, we have Parker Thomas's birthday and Mason Hamilton's birthday. I want to wish them both a happy birthday on the 14th. I got the sentence a little bit mixed up, but I recognize that our next fiscal court meeting is Friday, May 21st, 2021 at 9 a.m. right here in this courtroom. Again, it will be a hybrid meeting for just the fiscal court, and we'll have the other elected officials and department heads come in by Zoom. Is there any other business to be brought before this body? We have a motion to adjourn by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Payne. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.